You ready for some vaporwave?
Yes.
Nice. Hello everyone.
Welcome to Metroid Dread.
I'm JarylGaren.
No, you're not.
Damn it.
I'm JarylGaren.
Then who am I?
Aaron the Black Dragon.
Fascinating. Welcome. So, now that we have the complicated introduction out of the way, and most of the people who don't know the shtick of how this goes every now and then are gone and confused. Yeah, we are back. Last time I got us the space jump, died to the most vicious of creatures, displayed right here on the screen for you. Horrid little buggers. Yeah, you're gonna space jump your way through the water with your pseudo screw attack.
Yes.
Which is also nice. Missile pack plus, 10 more missiles for us. That worked. I'm honestly surprised that that worked. That's something that I find so rude. That they make it just barely higher. And then you can jump underwater so that you have to go across and then across again. So rude of them. But anyway, we finally could make some progress.
Don't talk like you wouldn't do the same thing if you were a game designer.
Oh, I would be rude, I think. But we cannot get that missile pack there just yet.
Nope.
Electric douchebags. It's interesting how the enemies normally didn't really do anything against us. That was really at the last few frames of the animation there.
That was literally at the buzzer.
Yeah. But once the enemies got electric, our beam suddenly doesn't do anything to them anymore, which I find kind of hilarious, not gonna lie. It's a little bit weird that electricity apparently is force field strong enough to avoid damage from beam attacks. Hate those things so much. They always show up in the worst of places.
Ah.
There you go. Rude little bugger. Oh no, you forgot about them.
I may have forgotten, yes.
But that's also a rude move. Talking about rude design choices from level designers.
Yeah.
That's also a rude one.
I think this is supposed to show that the eggs are more dangerous than normal enemies.
Yeah. A lot more coordinated. Countering underwater can be either really easy, as seen with the Emmys,
Yeah.
or really difficult, as seen with this douchebag, because underwater everything has its delay, which is why the Emmy attacks, in my opinion, are easier to dodge.
Slightly easier.
Yeah. Not a lot easier, but still, if you go from you have barely any chance to evade their attacks to you have a slightly higher chance to evade their attacks, then your odds of survival underwater with the enemies is higher. If not by a lot, it still is. Anyway, energy tank.
More energy is always appreciated.
Yes, because I died to a little fucker last time. Yeah, that was a rude combination right there. Let's go forward, see what waits for us. It's a tunnel. And a big fish. It's funny how that looks like the whales that are flying around in the green area. Just with being actually underwater and less looking like a whale but something else.
Oh yeah, I remember getting stuck in this room for a while. But then I realized up there that, hey idiot, shoot this.
Yeah, I also... It also took me a little while to actually realize that, oh wait, I have the ability to explode through walls. I cannot shoot through them, but I can explode through them. Which, honestly given, with us playing through all of the other Metroid games, forgetting the ability to have an explosion that goes through walls is not that weird, because it never was an ability beforehand. So forgetting about that it's okay, I think. That was a lot of knockback. Yeah, I would recommend for you to just freeze them. One freeze missile and they're taken care of. Makes them a lot easier. It's so interesting how the X copies some things like just how they are, with just swimming around, doing nothing special in particular, and others that, like those things that they coordinate towards attacking you. Which is a fun thing. Oh yeah, that path thing. And down you go. Down, all the way down. Open up a new path for us. Because we could not blow it up ourselves this time because we don't have the big boom bombs just yet. But now we get one of the coolest looking things in the game.
Mm-hmm. It's the gravity suit.
Look at it. It looks so cool in this game. They had such a cool design idea for it and they went with it and I love it. Because it's not just a color, different coloration or something, but just a freaking design upgrade and I love that.
Greatly reduces damage taken from enemy attacks and insulates Samus from extreme cold and lava. It also allows Samus to move freely in water.
Which is the best thing ever. But this is such a cool suit. This is something that I feel like the Metroid games are at the same time good and bad at, because a lot of games have just like palette swaps. They have like one change for the suit and then they just go for palette swaps. And then there's a few games, like in the Prime games you have that especially as a cool thing, where they go and I think all of that up there was screw attack.
Yeah, looks like it.
But the Prime games are one of my favorites when it comes to suit design. At least the second one, really.
Yeah, because in Prime 1, the gravity suit is just a recolor of the barrier suit.
Yeah, and in Prime 3 there's also not. We're gonna talk about that in a moment. Let's hear Daddy Adam's wisdom.
Across the entire planet, assume all living organisms have by now been replaced by X.
We will.
There's another problem you may have noticed. The temperature of ZDR has started to fall. I cannot say for certain if the X are to blame, but the drop in temperature is indisputable. The gravity suit should keep you insulated from the effect of low temperatures. Even so, beware the unexpected and proceed with caution.
We will, Daddy Adam. So, Metroid Prime 3.
Metroid Prime 3 had the PED suit.
Yeah, but I don't think there was any suit changes. The PED suit itself was a cool new suit design idea.
Yeah, but I think
there was no other changes, right? They did not get like any cool visual upgrades to the suit.
Well,
it was there.
It did slightly change because the more you get corrupted in Prime 3, the suit gradually grows darker in color.
Yeah.
And I think you got the hazard shield, which makes the shoulder things on the suit also bigger.
I think, yeah, Prime 3 was just more subtle stuff than like big changes, like here for say, or like in Prime 2 with the light suit and the dark suit that were.
You get the dark suit first. Which,
dark suit, then light suit, yeah.
Which slows down the rate
also, god damn it, hell's frozen over.
Again.
Happens way too often lately, I feel like.
Yeah, in Prime 2 you get the dark suit first. After a while. And then towards the end of the game you get the light suit, which completely removes the damage you take from Dark Ether.
Yeah. Yeah, and Prime 1 just had your standard suits.
Yeah.
Which I think all were just color swaps. There was no like design changes in that game.
Well, only from power to barrier.
Yeah. Very usual because most of the time was the only design change that you had.
Yeah. Hey, look at this Joseph Warrior.
Which, oddly enough, you have to fight.
Yes.
Weird. Also now he has shield. A new little addition to make them a little bit more difficult is they got shield.
There we go.
Now he doesn't have shield, so the fight resumes as usual. But yeah, at this point I'm really looking forward to playing the Prime games, but we're still not gonna do this right after we're done with the 2D Metroid. Because there needs to be a little bit of a break in between there, even though we don't have the full story of Metroid yet. I also want to point out there's Prime 4 coming out, so we're probably gonna wait
at some point.
eventually.
We don't know anything about it quite
No,
yet.
we don't know it. And here again is the fun thing about this being like a time capsule for us. We don't know anything about that just yet. But if there's some interesting news that have come out by now, you don't need to tell us necessarily. We might know them already.
Yeah.
But you can
Hold
still
on,
leave.
I think I need to go to the right first.
I think so too. But anyway, if you want to share some news that have or may have happened in the meantime with Metroid Prime 4, you can still leave them down in the comments. I still appreciate hearing about, oh, it's this part. I remember that. I still appreciate hearing about stuff. Maybe, oh yeah, that was that.
Yeah, can't do anything about them.
No, they're just annoying. If there's any news that I might not have heard or we might not have heard, it's nice to know. And remember, everyone can make a leak.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Boost!
Oh my
Speed
god.
ball! More than balls to speed. Actually, speed slide.
Yeah.
And yeah, really curious to see what's gonna happen with Metroid Prime 4. And most likely we will start with Metroid Prime around the time... Oh yeah, that was the other thing where I had to slide.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck it.
I remember that. That was something that I played around with a lot. But yeah, sometime around when we know that Metroid Prime 4 will come out. When we have a release date, maybe we will start to sit down for the other Metroid Prime games, but yeah, let's just see.
But also, there's this persistent rumor that apparently Metroid Prime 1 is going to get a remaster.
Yeah.
Instead of them just doing a straightforward port of the Wii Metroid Prime trilogy on the Switch.
Yeah.
Part of me still
Determine the reason.
after Mr. Adam.
Thermal energy is no longer being routed from Cataris. This area, Arteria, is located in the depths of the planet. Much of it will be frozen. Find a way to thaw any frozen doors and pools you encounter. The central control system you activated in Cataris is still operational. Some force must be physically blocking the routing of thermal energy. I suspect a powerful X is involved. You must annihilate it. Return here after solving the problem. The cooling has prevented you from exploring this area. There must be a vital ability hidden somewhere here.
Got it. Also, why is the planet getting cooler the further we go into the core of it?
It's an alien planet, those can be fucked up.
It still doesn't sound like a lot of sense, but anyway. Instead of dodging out of it, instead of countering it or anything else, you ran away from it and then decided, you know what, you deserve that, and punched yourself out.
But also about your planet thing, it's science fiction, and this is like an alien planet, so things don't necessarily operate according to our laws.
The laws of thermodynamics!
Anyway, about Metroid Prime that I was talking about earlier. Yeah. There's this rumor that Prime 1 might get a remaster.
Yeah.
And part of me is like, why didn't they just port the Wii one? Why don't they just port the Wii one to the Switch? Yeah, the thing in the background is
No
gone.
lava flow anymore.
But then I realized that, wait, a separate remaster might be might mean a possibility of the backtracking for the Joso relics being cut down or removed.
Which might be a nice little thing.
Yeah.
Or just strewn into the game, like, period. Like, you don't have to backtrack, but you can grab those things along the way, which would be really nice.
Which, if I remember correctly, Metroid Prime 3 did.
Yeah, and that would be a good idea.
Because,
I mean, if you don't grab them while you're there, or you miss some, then yes, you will have to backtrack. But if you find them during your normal playthrough and everything, you should be allowed to just grab them.
yeah.
That would be the best way to go about that.
Because I especially remember Prime 2 getting dragged down by the Hunt for the Sky Temple keys towards the end.
Yeah.
Because you need endgame abilities to access them. And I think the Dark Visor is also one of those that you get towards the late middle to end of the game.
Yeah, something like that. Have we never opened that up?
Apparently not.
How did we miss out on something so stupidly easy?
Probably because I just ran past it because speedrunning mode.
I think you were in here. Yeah, pretty sure you were in here, because if I started us up and I got as close to that place, you ran through that, so yeah, probably your fault. I'm gonna blame it on him.
Not like it did a whole lot. Also boss fight time.
Again. Strange things grabbing onto machinery, us busting through a weird fleshy bubble. Yep. There's a problem.
Hi, remember this guy?
Yeah? Part of me is like, it's going to be the thumbnail. Another part of me is like, it's way too rare to be the thumbnail. Let's just see.
This boss is... Sorry. This boss is pretty infamous.
Yeah, he's rude. His tails aren't that bad, but there's a few things that are really bad about him. Also, yeah, I think we talked about it when I got the storm missiles a little bit, at least last time, is the storm missiles are good for dealing out damage, but they deal less damage than your standard missiles do per missile. I think it's like, not cut in half, but I think you only deal like a third less of the potential damage that you have. Something like this. Hey, dear Jaren, if there is any number that can tell us how much damage the storm missiles deal toward compared to the normal ice missiles fully upgraded, let us know, please. Nice little animation. I always love seeing Samus going to town on the enemies.
She's so fucking cool.
Yeah. Did you know there is a market for strong video game female characters?
Yes.
Have I shown you this?
Yes, I've seen the picture.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
Yes. Oh, it's this part.
Yeah, favorite part. Everybody loves it.
Me too, if I can pull it off.
This is, I think, the most nerve-wracking part in this fight. Yeah, there we go.
Ah, shit.
That did not go according to Keikaku. Yeah, I know that.
I wanted to shine spark it for the insta-kill.
Yeah, but sadly, it was a teabag. Would have been really nice if we could have pulled that off.
It's really hard to pull off.
Yeah, of course it is. But that's the fun thing about it. They give you methods of insta-killing enemies.
Yeah.
They just make them difficult to achieve, which is totally fair because if you don't go for the instant kill with totally difficult stuff, you will have a difficult boss fight. Otherwise you will have an easy boss fight with just some increasingly more difficult getting stunts that you have to pull.
There we go, another try.
Because I think I never pulled it off.
I think I pulled it off once.
Yeah, that was bad. That was also bad. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I never got it. I think that was too early.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lost it. I think you really need to run all the way to the end and somehow keep it up, but it's difficult. Again, I never pulled it off. It's just right. I think it hit you with that.
Yeah.
But also, if you could end this with 69, that would be really nice of you. Ah, you healed yourself a little bit. Which is also something. If you can pull off counters, you get a little bit of health and a few missiles back. Is it? Yeah.
There we go.
You did it.
Didn't do the stylish kill, but oh well.
But you still did the stylish kill as in you go from one animation to another animation, which is
Yeah.
next to doing the cool instant kill, a really cool thing as well. Also, X-Parasite and X-Squad briefly forgot that it can fly and died in lava.
I feel like it was like, oh fuck, better get away. Screw you, Samus, you don't get my power.
Yeah, actually, it's true. We don't know what the frick that thing has. If anything, really. We just know that it must have some sort of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers thing. But we don't know what exactly.
Also, I like how Samus just shoots the thing to activate it without even properly looking at it.
Yeah.
It's like, done.
Technology.
I feel like everyone working with technology would do the exact same thing. Like, okay, done. Next.
There, I fixed your problem. That will be $500.
Yes.
But you destroyed the console. I can give you a new one for an extra 500. And that's how you make business. Anyway, we see another item floating around down there. I think that's the next thing that we want to get to, right?
Yes.
Will you do it within the next 7 minutes?
Maybe.
Runs through just every wall in the game. No clip activated.
Infinite Shine Spark.
I would really love to see someone who just shine spark his way through the entire game.
I think that could be possible if a randomizer ever gets made for Dread.
Yeah, sure. Because the fields and everything look like they would support something like this. Just pulling it off is probably insanely difficult.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back! And now the hot stuff doesn't bother us as much anymore. Missile tank acquired. These things are so rude. And you actually got it.
You know, sometimes it feels like the charge beam takes just a little bit too long to activate, but then it's like, hi, I'm active already.
Yeah. Other times you just, there you go. Hi Daddy Adam. Nothing to say about what they've done?
No.
Cool, thanks. But we also don't want to talk to you. Oh, we didn't have that fight just yet, I remember.
No.
You know what fight I mean? Seeing that thing?
Yes.
We did not have that. That's still on the open. That was a fight that I was not prepared for.
When playing it through the first time?
Yeah, of course. The
Yeah.
second time I was like, okay, good, there it is. But for the first time I was like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Wait, hold on. And then nobody stopped.
Yeah.
That was rude. It's so nice to take out all of these little buggers so fast. Just one good charge beam right to the dome. Well, they don't go down with just one good charge beam to the dome. Unless you counter them first, then of course they go down with one good charge beam to the dome.
Oh.
Yep, it's a big mystery thing.
I think we need something spicy.
The Spice Girls, 100%.
No.
Where's Bayonetta? No, seriously, where's Bayonetta? She probably can get us through that.
I mean, Bayonetta 3 is supposedly releasing this year.
We don't have an exact date just yet, do we?
Nope, we don't.
I'm looking forward to that though.
Yeah, I think we talked about it in the last recording session.
Yeah, we did. I also talked about it that if the channel layout and the series time and everything allows it, I will try to play it around release for the channel. Because I played all of the other two Bayonetta games also blind, it just is fitting for me to go into the third one also blind.
Oh, god damn it. I think I walked the wrong way.
Don't you just have to go shwoobity whoop? Or am I remembering something wrong?
You might be misremembering.
Yeah, when it comes to the teleporters and stuff like this, stuff tends to get a little bit hazy at times. Especially more during the later parts of the game than for the first part. Which is interesting, because you would think that everything that's later on in the game would be a lot more fresh in your mind, but for me it's most of the times the things at the beginning of a game, even if it's ages ago that I've played it, the beginning of the game is a lot of times the stuff that I remember a lot more vividly than the end of the game.
Probably because the beginning parts of the game leave like one of the bigger impressions.
Yeah, maybe. I also want to say for some games, not for all games, but for some games there's also the thing where if you want, you sit down and want to jump back into the game and play them a little bit, and then you just play the beginning portion of it a little bit. And because of that you remember that beginning portion a lot more because you played it a lot more. Also, screw you.
Screw attack.
Now we can go and screw everything. Which what ran in that case isn't true, by the way. For me, just playing the beginning again and then not having anything, because I played through it twice, fully. So I would remember everything the same way, but it's still that I remember the beginning of the game a lot stronger than the end portions. Except for the big finale, which I still remember a lot, because that also left a big impression. I also like how there's stuff like color-coded a little bit in this game, like the yellow cracks were for the speed boost and the blue cracks are for the screw attack, which is really nice. Anyway, let's go back to Barania. And then I think you should go and head to safety or anything else that would make a good spot to end this. End it. End it! Okay, we're not that close to the end it. Okay, we are close to end it. I don't know if we are that close though. I don't know if we're next episode close or the next episode close. That's something I don't know right now. Anyway, hi Daddy Adam. Close us out with your wisdom.
Uploading data.
Well done, Samus. You have stopped the planet from cooling. In addition, You have gained the screw attack ability. It will help you access previously unreachable places. You are far more combat ready than when you first arrived, but you are still not prepared to face Raven Beak. There is a very low probability of success in standing against him now.
That wasn't an innuendo. Anyway, that's a good enough spot. We're gonna leave this episode right here. Thank you all for joining in, and hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.